everybody. Welcome to War of Words. I'm Angie McMahon. Let's go. Guys, are you ready to have a good time?
Hello.
All right, the first two debaters are Amira and David Carter. All right, so this is round one. They're going to be debating what is more crazed. Amir, what is your word? If you could flip over your card right there.
Ghosts.
Very nice. David, what did you get?
Camelot.
We're going to have Amira go first. She's going to tell us why ghosts are more crazed than Camelot. You have 1 minute to make your case. You ready, Henry? Time starts now.
Okay, so first of all, why the fuck would you come back here? That's insane. You get to escape this mortal coil and you decide to return? Why? Oh, I want justice. Girl, you're not getting it. Okay? Whoever has gotten justice as a ghost or even as a live person doesn't make any sense. Okay? That's insane. I mean, personally, no, I don't want to be here. But, it's just, but I'm sane. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pay taxes. Why would you come back here? I don't know. It's just like, why would you? Because to me, it's like, the reason I don't want to get super old is because I don't want to watch humanity make the same mistakes over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? That's insane. Ghosts are like, I could watch World War II happen again. I could do that. That was pretty tight. I think let's figure that out. Like why? You want to stay in like what a 2-story ranch or whatever the fuck? I don't know houses at all, but do you like the crown molding that much that you want to witness Donald Trump be elected again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
That's your time.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty, give her a round of applause.
Wow, ghosts. Ghosts.
David, you have 1 minute to make your
That's
case.
right.
Time starts now.
What's crazed? Okay, ghosts, they're in your walls, you're in your video games. Get over it. It's fine. It's life/death. Camelot, what created more ghosts than apocryphal, cataclysmic, fictional, violent kingdom than Camelot? Oh, there's dragons? Yeah. There's magic? Yeah. What's the most important thing that you know about Camelot that makes it the craziest thing? What do we know about it? There was a circular table.
Yeah.
That's the most crazy thing about it. We all know that there's Merlin, there's dragons, there's the undead. There's a lady in the lake. What does she do? She teleports and throws daggers at you. What do you remember about it? There was a circular table. That is the craziest thing. That's the most important thing to them. Let's all stop fighting so we can sit around a table without corners. Ghosts have nothing on Camelot. Thank you.
That's your time, David. Give him a round of applause. Amira, you have 30 seconds to rebut David's argument. Your time starts now.
I think the fact that I have a round table is actually pretty smart. I mean, that they're trying to go against the whole king thing and make it so we can all be at the head of the table. You know what I'm saying? Very, very level-headed. The people of Camelot. Ghosts, on the other hand, they want to watch people fuck that they don't know. They've been dead for centuries, but they want to see that front butt. Okay, like it doesn't. I just can't get over the fact that it's not even your house anymore. They're gonna change the walls. They're gonna fuck up everything that you've done with redecorating. They're gonna make everything gray. Okay, that's my time. But yeah.
Give her a round of applause. David, you have 30 seconds to rebut Amira. Your time starts now.
Ghosts want to watch people fuck? You know who wants to watch people fuck? Everyone wants to watch everyone fuck. Their ghosts are no different than anyone else, except they have the ability to leave a trail when they run out of a room. Oh wait, so do we. That is the exact same thing as living people. Camelot gives you myth, dragons, the undead, and shooting fire. I really think ghosts are just lazy Super Mario characters, and frankly, we can all do better.
That's your time. Give it up for David. Mark, who do you think won that debate?
She had me at nobody gets justice, live or dead. I was like, nah, this shit is the truth, and you can't go against it. So yeah, I would for certain say that ghosts are more insane. For sure.
Well, we're going to find out how the audience votes. Your voting is start opening now. Vote for who you think made a better debate for what is crazed. Was it David with Camelot or Amira with Ghosts? What is more crazed? It looks like Amira won with 13 votes. Give it up for Amira.
Congratulations.
David's going to have to do 3 minutes of stand-up comedy,
minutes.
and he's going to have to drink this very spicy ramen soup. While he does it, you're going to have to take one big sip before you start, and then you'll get 3 minutes.
And
to
now
do-
they were in it.
Huh?
And then we're in it.
And
okay.
then we're in it.
I eat this personally, but I don't speak to people afterwards. It's more of a me time when the door is closed. Okay. By the way, this is Strings. It's off the Belmont Red, Brown, Purple Line stop. It's a fantastic place. Please support it. Don't do what I'm about to do, which also includes doing stand-up comedy. Please don't. There's enough of us. All right. Here we go.
All right, David, your time starts now.
Fuck you. You guys ever agreed with someone just to end the conversation early? If you haven't, you just did. That's what that vibe was. Please shut the fuck up and keep talking without me. I was on the train recently, and there was a woman sitting opposite of me, and she was practicing sign language by herself in a world of her own. And I thought what a cute thing to do would be to sign to her before I got off the train, because I know a little bit of sign language, right? So I got her attention, because it's sign language. That's fuck this. I got her attention, and I signed, "Do you sign? That's beautiful," right? She sits up, and her eyes widen, and she inhales, which is not necessary for sign language. Red flag. If you know anything about sign language, it's like a middle school dance. It's mostly hand stuff. You don't have to breathe. Fuck you.
All right, one more sip, David. Come on.
So, so then, she sits up and then inhales and then yells back at me, "Oh, are you deaf?" What the fuck? And then I removed my giant headphones and said yes. I know we're taping this. For those not following at home, a woman asked me if I was deaf with her mouth hole, and then I removed an auditory instrument from my ear holes. Yeah, ma'am, I am deaf. I just enjoy the bass of Waka Flocka Flame. Thank you very much. I feel in my feet like a Native American. Goodbye. I'm going to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Not the joke. No, that was a hypothetical leave. By the way, do we celebrate Mardi Gras? The Native American holiday of Martis Gras? I'm assuming it's Native American because we trick people with beads. Do we not celebrate that at home?
Another drink, David.
Here we go. Is it bad I'm getting hungry? Holy fuck. I don't have anything composite that I can do in 25 minutes. How about this? 25 seconds. How about this one? Recently, the fascist that was president said Trump could declassify documents with his mind. Doesn't it suck he's our Professor X? He's our equivalent. He's a powerful psychic who also has trouble using the stairs. And I think that's very important. My name's David Carter. Have a good night.
All right, we're going to bring up our next two debaters. Give it up for David, Jonick, and Orly KG. All right, everyone, we're still in round one, and we're going to find out what is more boisterous. Orly, what's your word?
Oh, my word is nosebleeds.
And what do you have, David?
I got oranges.
All right, we're going to find out who is more boisterous. We're going to start with Orly. You have 1 minute to make your case. Your time starts now.
As a non-cocaine using nosebleeder myself, I have to tell you, nothing gets the juices flowing like a good old-fashioned nosebleed. And if any of you are drinking old fashions right now, I'm sorry if they taste like pennies.
Right.
I had way more than a minute.
Early, everyone. All right, David, you have 1 minute. Your time starts now.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm an English teacher. Boisterous just means shit that's loud. You know what I'm talking about? Oranges, pretty goddamn loud. You ever peel an orange and it lights up a room? Right? It smells like oranges, man. Oranges are definitely the most boisterous fruit. I mean, they're the fruit that stops every single poet in their tracks. You know, name another word that rhymes with oranges. Door hinge. That's 2 words. It doesn't work. When you peel it, honestly, your hands are always weird and sticky. It looks like you got dried cum on them, but it smells like way better. That's a pretty boisterous trait, if you ask most sociologists. Also, as a teacher, like, if a kid ever vapes in my classroom, the only thing I gotta do to cover that noise is just peel a couple oranges and we're solid, you know what I mean? It goes from blueberry to orange smell real quick in my class. Fruit, as a fruit, like, they're one of the big 3, right? Apples, oranges, bananas, and nothing's more boisterous than being in the big trinity of holy fruit stuff on the food pyramid. Know what I'm saying? I agree. Thanks.
That's David's time. Give it up for David, everyone. Early, you have 30 seconds to rebut David. Your time starts now.
Oranges are the king of the still life. There is no boisterous fruit. That's not boisterous. Even a nosebleed. Have you ever seen a nosebleed in a still life? No, it doesn't stay still long enough. Orange is the symbol of death. I'm sorry, Florida. Oranges aren't boisterous. They're passive objects like dildos, just sitting in a bowl. It needs a person to make some juices flow. You know what I'm saying? And kids don't get boisterous about seeing oranges at lunch. They get boisterous about seeing people get their face kicked at lunch. That's boisterous, right? And Oompa Loompas, they're orange, but these non-smiling on the spectrum, too calm motherfuckers they're the opposite of boisterous. And they make candy.
That's your time, Orly. Give it up for Orly, everyone. David, you have 30 seconds to rebut Orly. Your time starts now.
Listen, in terms of boisterous, I think stylistically we're all saying the orange word a lot, and I think it is the most boisterous because it's just in the ether, you know what I mean? Also, I think nosebleeds of the face injuries that you could get are pretty muted compared to other things, you know? Like missing a fucking eye or something. A nosebleed is like, oh, you got a nosebleed? I can't see, bro. Like, that shit's insane, okay? Also, oranges are sexy, motherfucker. You ever have a drink with a nice little orange spritz on it? Oh, it's so nice.
That's your time, David. Give it up for David, everyone. All right, the voting is about to start. You're going to decide who is more boisterous, David with oranges or Orly with nosebleeds. The voting is open now. Get your voting in. James, who do you think won?
I think David won. He brought the heat on that one, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
No worries. I thought you brought that heat, bro. The orange is just, they hit the spot on that one.
All right, the voting, and it looks like David Donick is moving on.
I thought it was interesting how Orly had no time left, but really wanted to take that shot at Oompa Loompas. You know what I mean?
I did.
She like the J.K. Rowling of the Oompa
did.
Loompa community. She was like, fuck them. I have to.
All right. Orly, you're coming on out here to do some loser time
I
stand-up.
am. Loser time. Wow, that's awesome. How are
So-
you guys?
What we'd like you to do is we would like you, instead of doing sprints like we talked about before, we're going to have you do like 3 jumping jacks every time you get a laugh.
Great. So
All
I
right.
get to pee on stage. This is going to be fun. I'm kidding. I do Kegels. Stop it.
So let's start with 3 jumping jacks, and your time will start right then.
All right, 1. You guys should count when I'm doing it. 3. Okay. Yes, my name is Orly. I know it's a weird name. I'm going to help you pronounce it. It's called MILF. Can you do that with me? Okay, MILF, right. I am nearly 50 years old. Oh, I'm sorry, 1. I'm nearly 50 years old. Yeah, and I got to tell you, everything hurts. Yeah, really bad. This body is nothing but a used car. Yeah. Oh, sheesh, 1.
Every time you get a laugh.
Every time I get a laugh, sheesh. Yeah, thank you. I am funny. Thank you. Yeah, no, this used car, I got my scare scratches and dents. I desperately need a wax. I leave random fluids in the driveway you can't identify or wash off. I think you get the point. But my brain doesn't get the point. My brain wakes up in the morning like, let's party! Let's party to Salt and Pepper and the Chronic by Dr. Dre! But I have to remind my brain the Salt and Pepper is just my hairline and the Chronic is just our pain. Having fun. Yeah, you know the song Nothing But a G Thing? Now it goes like this. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. You're going to take these 4 prescriptions now for the rest of your damn life. Thanks, Nurse Snoop Dogg. By the way, I typed that joke and my autocorrect was like, it's 2 G's in Snoop Dogg. This is fun. And I was like, damn, Microsoft Word. Okay. All right? Okay, that was like more like this. Okay, that's fine. I have to tell you, it's really hard getting older. I just want to age. I don't want to be graceful about it. J-Lo fucked that up for me. So did Jane Fonda. I'm so tired of it. And you know who's really hot now that I'm really annoyed about? Smokey the Bear. Yeah, if you have not seen the new and improved Smokey the Bear, it's shameful. It's shameful for what they've done to this bear, and it's shameful for how I feel about it. Yeah, like the Smokey the Bear I grew up with, the one from the 1900s, he's like a dad bod bear, right? With a flannel shirt. Now he's jacked and shirtless and slightly manscaped. I don't know how a bear manscapes. Does he just go into the forest, grab a hive of honey, pour it on his chest, and backwoods Brazilian himself? I don't even know. How does this happen? But I will tell you this. I think the advertising directors that gave Smokey this makeover were onto something. Because now when every straight woman across the dry lands of the United States see a hot Smokey the Bear and wondering how he looks drenched in honey, those forests are going to be so wet. That's my time. I'm Orly KG. Thank you.
Everyone. All right, our next 2 debaters, let's have James and Mark up, please. They will be debating what is rough and ready. James, what is your word? Can you flip your card?
Pez dispensers.
What do you have, Mark?
Novocaine.
All right, so who is more rough and ready? We're going to start with James. You have 1 minute to make your case. Time starts now.
Pez dispensers are the most old school candy, but Novocaine? Really? You think that's rough and ready? You need insurance for Novocaine. You never need insurance for Pez dispensers. I'd rather have a toothache and remember the remember the 90s than have a toothache. Wouldn't we all agree on that? Novocaine hurts, while Pez dispensers are a classic childhood memory from the 90s. Right? Exactly. All you gotta do, Novocaine involves a needle, and you have to push the needle into your gum. Pez dispenser, all you do is push a button, and you get a candy. I believe it's not as rough and ready, but Novocaine hurts. Why take Novocaine when you can enjoy a painless snack? I'll end there.
All right, give it up for James, everyone. Mark, 1 minute to make your case. Time starts now.
Really quickly, I just want to say, when she was like, you know who's really hot now? I was like, Method Man. And that shit is bullshit. But I digress. Novocaine is rough and ready because of all of the things that my opponent just said. It hurts to get Novocaine, right? You can't be a bitch and get Novocaine. You have to get Novocaine and feel that pain because the pain on the other side is so much greater. Novocaine is all about being rough and being ready. If you weren't rough and ready, you wouldn't need the damn Novocaine, right? You probably had a whole bunch of 90s Pez dispenser candy, fucked up your teeth, and now what do you need? Novocaine. Because Novocaine is for the rough. It's for the ready. It's for the rough riders. What does that mean? It doesn't really matter what it means. The point is that when you have 11 seconds, then 10, then 9, then 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, Novocaine.
Mark James, everybody. All right. That means, James, you have 30 seconds to rebut. Your time starts now.
I have to say, if I go to the dentist and get a shot with Novocaine, I'm in a lot of pain. So to make myself feel better, my parents give me a pest dispenser. It says it makes you a man, but doesn't it hurt? No one likes being in pain. I also believe pest dispensers are the best thing, and they're the most tastiest, and they are a little rough. They taste like jawbreakers, but they sure fill the tummy.
All right, give it up for James, everybody. Mark, you have 30 seconds to rebut. Your time starts now.
They taste like jawbreakers? I believe my opponent has never actually eaten the Pez inside of the Pez dispenser. He's come here tonight chewing on a plastic toy that is supposed to have candy in it, trying to convince you good people that he knows what it's like to be rough and ready. You can't eat Pez after you've had some Novocaine. You will chew your jaw. Novocaine.
Give it up for Mark, everybody. David, who do you think won that debate?
Listen, man, this was a fun and interesting debate. It was so weird because I feel like James sounds like he's on Novocaine right now, and then Mark looks like he has Pez in his pocket. So I got to give it to Mark, I think, for being prepared, man.
All right, we're going to see if the audience agrees with you. Hang on to that. And we are going to open voting right now. So we need to know who you think is more rough and ready. Is it Mark with Novocaine or is it James with Pez dispensers? Voting is almost done. Holy shit. Yeah. You guys liked Mark. Yeah. Give it up for Mark, everybody.
What?
James, this is, you said you'd eat sour candy as your challenge.
I sure did.
This is the most sour candy in the United States of America.
Shit.
It's called toxic waste nuclear fusion.
Are you trying to kill me?
No, I was trying to kill David. I'm not trying to kill you. Good. All right, so one before you get started.
Okay, let me pray quickly. Hi. Let me finish chewing. Oh my god. Give me a little about me. Oh my god. I have two siblings, but I was raised by Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm usually better than this. This is sour. Oh my god. I'm trying to this is worse than yours, ma'am. This is worse than yours. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do one more joke and I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom. I went to a glory hole for the first time, but it tasted awful. Thank you guys very much.
We are moving on to our second round. These three debaters are debating what is visionary. Let's see, Amira, what did you have?
Barbie and Ken.
And what do you have there?
I got mummies.
What do you have, Mark?
I have the Loch Ness Monster.
All right, we're going to start with Mark, and he has 1 minute to make his case. His time starts now.
A lot of monsters are sloppy. You know, Bigfoot, always running his big ass out there, generation after generation, getting caught, little glimpses here, glimpses there, right? Abominable snowman, same thing. I messed up on saying abominable, but it's okay, right? So many monsters blow their whole load very early. Loch Ness, visionary, right? Loch Ness knew less is more. You know what I mean? Little shadow there in the water. What could it be? You're still asking yourself. Why? Because of the long game of the Loch Ness Monster. You know what I'm talking about? I don't. But if you do, that's all I really need and care about. So together, we could be like the Loch Ness Monster and last all the way to the end. Thank you, Loch Ness
That's
Monster.
Mark's time. Give it up for Mark, everyone. David, you have 1 minute to make your case. Time starts now.
Man, fuck you. Loch Ness Monster's not even real, and now you're trying to defend it. Fuck the Loch Ness Monster. They're not visionary. Also, fuck Barbie and Ken, those basic ass doll bitches, okay? Mummies are dead ass the most visionary things on this thing, and here's why, all right? They're real. Okay, they're real. You can go to Egypt, you can find them. I like to think that they're pioneers and visionaries in the fashion industry. Why? Rags to riches, baby. Okay, they're coming back. The things that mummies are wrapping themselves in. Y'all see these Gen Z clothes? They shop at thrift stores. They take their clothes out of like dumpsters, and they're like, it's fashion. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe you're psychotic. But mummies are pioneering the fashion industry, man. They're crushing it. Also, mummies were royalty in ancient Egypt. And in ancient Egypt, royalty could see the fucking future, dog. You know, I digress. Mummies say visionary, you know? 3, 2, mummy.
All right, give it up for David, everyone. Amir, you have 1 minute to make your case. Your time starts now.
All right, so Barbie and Ken, you guys, let's talk about vision. Okay, we have a lot of gender debates these days. Barbie had every single fucking job you could ever have. All right, way back in the 60s, the 50s, I couldn't drink out of a water fountain, but she was out there being a doctor. Fucking shit up. Oh, God. The man knows how to do his hair. He gets his manicure. He knows how to keep it tight, okay? He probably makes a really good frittata, I bet. I bet he makes a really good frittata. I mean, I'm sabotage.
She is being sad.
But yeah, no, and also Barbie then proceeded to make several generations of clones of different races of herself to also have every job known to man. We got Black Barbie, Latino Barbie, Asian Barbie. They're all her and they're all fucking winning, and like, she did it before everybody else. All right? Visionary. Thank you.
Give it up for Amir, everyone. All right, Mark, you have 30 seconds to rebut both a mummy and Barbie and Ken. Your time starts now.
My opponent would have you to believe that mummies are visionaries when mummies are just lazy zombies. They could be up with a job, moving around, infecting other people, talking to other undead folks, making them zombies as well, but that's not what they do. They just lay in their sarcophagus, in their comfy, cozy cotton wraps, like they don't understand what's going on in the modern age. And that's not visionary. I don't have anything for Barbie and Ken. I'm not gonna argue with a black woman for your entertainment. And that is my time.
You really gonna do that to me?
It is Black History Month, David.
Really gonna do this to me, dude? Black History Month vibe?
David, you have 30 seconds to rebut both of your opponents. Your time starts now.
Listen, I may be an ally, but I'm more of a fucking comic. Straight up, she named every job that she said Barbie has done every job, and then just named a bunch of different races of people. I didn't know that it was a job to be not white or Hispanic, as all the Barbies are. Also, the Loch Ness Monster isn't a real thing. It's a myth. How could it be visionary? Like, pics or it didn't happen, Mark. Come on, or should I call you by your real name, Markle?
All right, give it up for David, everyone. Amir, you have 30 seconds to rebut both your opponents. Your time starts now.
Okay, first of all, not being a white person is a job. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All right, so mummies, they're just wealth hoarders, and I don't know. I just feel like people have been doing that since we could think that rocks were pretty. I don't know. It's just that's been done before. Okay, we've had kings and queens, and we've had monarchs. Oldest time, nothing new. Okay, Loch Ness monster. I will say not visionary because white people scare themselves, and I don't. He didn't do anything new. That's all I'm saying.
That's Amir's time. Give it up for Amir, everyone. David, who do you think won that debate?
As a white person, I don't think I should speak. This space is more important for voices that are not myself. So, on behalf of the rest of the Davids on the stage, I think it's time for us to take a back seat.
All right, everyone, we are going to open. The voting is going to open right now. You are going to have to decide. Take a look at the who is standing in front of what. Do we have, what is more visionary? Barbie and Ken, a mummy, or Loch Ness Monster?
Mummies are at least better than a Loch Ness monster.
The voting is almost closed, and it looks like Amira and, oh no, we have a tie.
Right.
For second place, we have a tie. We're going to open the voting again, and you guys, if you haven't voted, vote again and help us break this tie. That's right. So we're going to open the voting back up there, and we're going to see if that changes anything. So far, it looks like it has made a little bit of room. The voting is almost finished. Amira is definitely moving on, and it looks like she's going to be joined by Mark James Heath, everyone. So what's going to happen now is we're going to do some loser time with Mr. David Donick, and at any time, at any point, during his stand-up, Amira and Mark can shoot him with the Nerf guns. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, if you guys want to go backstage, you can go backstage. But we are going to do 5 minutes of loser time with David Donick. Your time starts now.
It's for the movement. It is. I'm David Donick. It's nice to meet you all. I take these shots with pride. Hit me, Amira. I dare you. Shoot me in the face. It's so pretty. Actually, that's my moneymaker. I'm David. It's nice to meet you all, man. I'm a teacher. I teach out in CPS on the south side of Chicago. Fuck them kids. Let's not kid ourselves, dog. I didn't put product in my hair. Now I'm gonna look like a fucking madman. Teacher's a fun time, man. This is literally like my classroom right now. It's just kids throwing shit at me, and I'm like, what do you know about commas? Ah! This is bullshit. I'm a young teacher, man. It's a good time. Because I'm a young teacher, all the time these kids try to get me to buy their weed, and all the time I'm like, dude, I could go to a building on the north side and be like, fine, dog. But one kid rolled up on me the other day, and he was like, Mr. Donick, I got some weed that you and your white friends might like. I started to push back on him a little bit. I was like, dude, I could probably buy better weed from a crackhead on the red line, because at least it would have crack in it, you know? 2 for 1. He got real defensive about that. He was like, nah, Mr. Donick, you don't understand. I got that 95th Street Goo Goo Gaga Zuzu Zaza. It'll knock you on your ass. I bought that weed immediately, dog. I love a good salesman. I took one hit of that weed, and I was like, maybe homework is gay. maybe they're onto something there, man. The kids, they're always discovering new stuff, too. The other day, a kid came into my class. I'm so wide-stanced right now. This is like, all my years of dodgeball, I lost that. I'm finally coming to haunt me, man. A kid came into my classroom the other day. He was like, Mr. Donick. He was like, we just learned something new in world studies. I was like, what did you learn? He's like, I just found out that Sri Lanka was a country, man. I was like, what did you think it was? He's like, some good weed, and then just kept it pushing. Which, if Sri Lanka was weed, that's that shit that Jar Jar Binks is smoking, you know? Me so fucked up, you know? I'm not gonna do that impression again, ever. That's the last time you've seen it. Hey, Orly, it's backwards, dog. You're gonna shoot yourself. You wanna try it? Terrible shot. Terrible. All right. Okay. All right. Stop. You didn't win the debate. I beat you. Okay. These kids, man. I taught some cool classes the past school year. I taught a seminar class. I taught a writing class, and I also taught African American literature during Black History Month, which it was a fun time, man. I swear to God. When I was teaching African American literature, I got real close with the kids, man. It was a good time. The kids started messing with me a lot, though, especially during Black History Month. I've never met someone more racist during Black History Month than 14-year-old black children on the south side of Chicago. Because I walked down the hallway the other day, I swear to God, there were a bunch of kids doing white people voices going, "White power!" I was like, oh my God, is this geometry or fucking a Klan rally, dude? What's going on? But I can't even like give these kids quizzes anymore during February because I'm like, hey kids, we got a pop quiz coming up, and they just start singing spirituals to me. I'm like, here's a quiz, and they're like, I'm like, fuck, dude, I guess I'll give it to you in March. Okay, my God, dude. But I got really close with my kids this year. In African American literature, they mess with me a lot. There's this one assignment I gave the kids. Right, we were watching a movie. We're watching Billie Holiday versus the United States. How are you double firing, Amira? Stop it! How are you? Dude, I swear to God, this is terrible VR lounge. Okay, I thought the VR was on the TV, not real life. The kids though in African American literature, a lot of times they would mess with me, right? And they would try to like, I would give them an assignment and they would just immediately push back on it. I had a class revolt against a quiz that I gave, and instead of doing my assignments, these kids just made handwritten N-word passes and then like slid them to me in place of the quiz. Which, by the way, I'll treat an N-word pass like cryptocurrency. Like, it might be valuable. I'll never use it, but someone might buy that shit from me, you know? But towards the end of the year, they're messing with me a lot. A lot of times, because it was a literature class, we would read something and then try to argue about it. But what it turned into often was just the kids arguing about white people and apologizing to me. A lot of the times, the kids would be like, "White people, sorry, Mr. Donick, need to die." And I gotta stand there and be like, "Yo, dog, I agree. Can you explain it in 3 to 5 sentences, homie?" The principal's walking in like, "Mr. Donick, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'll be fine." I'll get out of here in this one. I got close with my seniors this year. One girl reached out on Instagram, was like, "Mr. Donick, can you please read this thing before I go to college?" And I was like, "Of course, homie. What is it?" Girl sent me a 3-paragraph breakup text to look over. And I swear to God, my favorite line from it was, "Keontae, I just don't fuck with you no more. I'm a Leo and I need to roar." And I read that and I was like, "Speak your truth, girl." But add a semicolon. I mean, my God. Thank you. Stop shooting me, Mark.
Give it up for David Donick, everyone. All right, so I need Amir and Mark to come on up. All right, so they're going to be debating what is funnier, and we're going to give Zoomer to Amira and Raven to Mark. So Amir is going to have 1 minute to prove why Zoomer is funnier than Raven. Your time starts now.
Zoomers are hilarious because I don't know if you've ever seen them in person and like interacted with them, but they have no idea how to interact with anyone just because they spent all of their life in God damn it, the pandemic, I guess. I don't know. What are children, actually? I don't really interact with them. They're funny because I don't fuck with them. They're so hilarious that I avoid them at all costs. They're so funny because they give N-word passes to their teachers, apparently. That's so fucking funny to me. That's so amazing. Zoomers, they have pink hair. I don't know. I don't interact with children. Oh God, they're so funny because they are going to inherit a scorched earth. I don't know. That's so fucking funny. They keep going though. Tide Pods, they did that, right? That was them. Fucking idiots.
Mark has to choose why Raven is funnier than Zoomer. You have 1 minute, and your time starts now.
I think we all don't think of funny when we think of ravens, and that is because the propaganda that has been mounted against this black bird. Doves are pure and innocent. Only thing we've heard about ravens is that they are a football team and a white man wrote a slanderous poem about them. Ravens are hilarious. I don't know if you've seen their set on Comic View. The Raven was one of the absolute best. Not like the Crow, who was a bit of a jive and a shuffler. You know what I mean? I ain't really like him. But the Raven had pointed political material. The Raven would come to the mic and say stuff like, pigeons be shopping. You can't stop a pigeon from shopping. And I want us to think about that as we think about birds and freedom and flight and funny. Thank you.
It's Mark's time. Give it up for Mark, everyone. And you have 30 seconds to rebut Mark on Raven and funny.
All right.
Time starts now.
Ravens aren't funny because they can get revenge. I don't know if you've ever looked this up, but ravens are actually very fucking smart. And if you cross one, you cross them all. Okay? They're a fucking gang. I'm sorry. I know you just compared them to black people, but I think also that's problematic. We'll get into that. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen any early Disney film, but it's not cool. Anyways, ravens can plot, they can scheme, they can mimic human speech, they can cry like babies. That's terrifying. Not funny at all. Children, funny, just hilarious.
All right, Mark, you have 30 seconds to rebut Amira. Your time starts now.
Zoomers aren't as funny as people might think. I have 3 Zoomers in my house, and it's not funny to me. It's very sad and depressing and keeps me up at night and, sends me back and forth to the grocery store. At no point am I laughing except to mask the sounds of my frequent crying spells in the bathroom of my 2-bedroom condo because I have 3 Zoomers zooming around that motherfucker. It's not funny at all.
Give it up for Mark, everyone. All right, it is our last chance to open up this voting orally. Oh, no. David, who do you think won that round?
Yeah, hey man, as someone who just got shot by these fucking assholes, god damn it, other Dave. Other Dave, you're not even cool.
Dave on Dave.
I
Violence.
think, listen, I think that they both slang their punches, but I think Amara takes it. I think so, because I also don't argue with women of color during Black History Month.
All right, we're going to see if the audience agrees with you. Voting is open now. Get your voting. We don't want any ties, guys. Make sure you're getting your voting in. Whoever is A, whoever is B, vote for who you like.
Yeah, the
Voting
dank
is
suggestion.
open now.
I don't know who Orange is, but they're fucking it up right now in the polls. Is this 2020? I don't know, man.
All right, the voting has closed, and your master debater tonight is Mark James Heath.
Woo! Give it up! Give it up!
So you're going to do 8 minutes of loser time for us. And during your set, throughout the evening, throughout your 8 minutes, I want you to reach in here and pull out, there's hats and wigs and glasses and scarves and things to just add a piece of clothing to yourself.
Okay, cool.
Because you're runner-up, so we're not going to be too hard on you. All right.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Amira. If you guys don't know, I'm a black woman. I would have covered that. It's kind of funny. I'm already wearing a wig, so I just kind of started the game early. I didn't even know. Let's see here, guys. I used to work with children, which I think is why I lost that one. I can't really defend them. They're awful. I've worked with like every age of child from like newborn to 18 years old, and they are all terrible. I don't know what to tell you. Do anyone here have children? Yeah, well, you clearly, yes, you said it very loudly. Clearly, I don't know. I'm up here. I've had a lot of rum. Anyways, yeah, they suck. Mostly because, like, I mean, just they don't really teach you anything really about like how to really deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's one thing to teach a curriculum. It's another thing to like interact with them. All right. There's nothing in the employee handbook. There's no course. There's no fucking PowerPoint presentation that prepares you to encounter their sexual awakenings. Okay? That just happens in the classroom. You just gotta fucking deal with it. All right. For example, I was running a computer class. They're supposed to be playing math games, okay? This one kid was smiling a little too hard. I'm like, that doesn't look like a math game smile to me. I've seen that smile. That smile's gross. So I go over to him, and he tries to shut his laptop real fast. And I'm like, let's just fucking do this, man. Just open it up. And in the Google search bar, he wrote, black woman, fat ass, shitting. And he wrote it in emojis too, so it was like a black woman emoji, a peach emoji, and a shit emoji. Like, I wouldn't get it. Okay. So I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him, look at me. I'm like, oh shit. I'm a black woman with a fat ass that shits. I'm in danger. So I have a choice to make. I can either address this or go live my life. And I was getting paid $12 an hour at the time, so I chose to live my life. I just didn't get paid enough to do that. I was like, you know what, go do what you do, man. I don't even know how the school's firewall didn't block that, but okay. They weren't thinking hard enough, I guess. Also, what the fuck am I supposed to say to his mom when she comes to pick him up? Like, hey, Miss Wilson. Hey, girl, yeah, your nails look great. There's a darkness growing in your son that you might want to snuff out before it's too late. I grew up on the early ages of YouTube where you could just watch a beheading and, whatever. I feel like a beheading's way better than scat porn. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Okay. This is my. It's funny because we were whispering to each other, and I was like, I love arguing, which is like I like debate stuff, and then she was like, yeah, you should have been a lawyer. I'm like, yeah, my mom thinks so too. Not doing that, Mom. I want to be happy. No, I actually have a friend who is a lawyer, and every day she's like, I want to kill myself, and I'm like, you got the money to do it. I mean, you can go out real fancy if you want to. Me, I just gotta do like a train or something. I can't afford anything. Anyway. Is that too dark? Is that too dark? It's fine. It's okay. It's good. I don't like when men ask me to swallow. I think it's rude. Cause like every time they ask me to swallow, I'm like, have you tried it? Have you sampled the dish, sir? How are you gonna be a whole chef and not taste the meal before you serve it? What if it's too salty? What if it needs more pineapple? I just think it's fair, So, unless a man jizzes in his mouth directly in front of me, we are not doing that. No, I'm just too autistic for semen. It's like a texture thing. I just hate it. Yeah, it's one of those things that sets me off. I can't do it. Facts, for sure. Let's see here. Some mullet. I got a hat on a hat. I think I have goggles on. Yep. There we go. This is visionary right here. Mullet on a bowler hat, on a beanie, on a wig. Fucking amazing shit, dog. Let's see here. I'm pansexual. Anybody else here fucking gay? No? Oh my God, I'm gonna die. All right. So yeah, I'm pansexual. I didn't go through anything. You know what I mean? I don't have a sob story about being gay. I just fucked a they them, and I guess I was like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just go solely off vibes. My partner is non-binary. They came out to me recently, and they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna start dressing more femme now, and I'm afraid that you won't find me attractive anymore." And I was like, "Babe, is your favorite artist still Beyonce?" Yes? Okay, get the strap on. Let's go. I'm not, you know. Now, if they came in there like, "Hey, that Tim McGraw fella," I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here." I'm homophobic, actually. Hate it. I hate it. I have. Oh no, I'm just fucking with it right now. I'm good. Um, let's see. I have not come out to my family yet because my mom is still paying off my Kia, and I'm not gonna fuck up my bag for authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? All right, I'm gonna close on this thing. Let's go back to kids. I just like this joke so much. Okay, so I used to. No, it's another hat. Um, it's like a skirt in here or something. I'm gonna just hold it. All right. So I used to work with kids as a literary teacher, like a reading tutor and stuff like that. And the kids I was working with have all gone through some serious shit, a lot of trauma, very sad, and they know that, and they'll use that to get out of the most trivial of shit. For example, I had this one kid in kindergarten. Let's call him Jamal. I was like, "Hey, Jamal, here are your ABCs, read with mom or dad, have him sign that paper, bring it back to me on Monday, okay, buddy?" And he was like, "Damn, Miss Amira, fuck, I can't do that. My dad's dead." Then I said, "Well, lucky for you, I got a Ouija board right here. It's got the ABCs and you can talk to your dead dad. Make sure you say goodbye this time." Okay, before you hate me, Jamal likes that joke. And I asked his dad. He said, "LOL, so it's fine." That's my time. Thank you.
Keep it going for Amira, everyone. Your runner-up. Well, now I'm going to thank all of our losers and tell them that they can take their asses off stage as we clear the stage for our champion this evening. Yeah, I know. I'm getting everybody else off the fucking stage. Give it up for your master debater this evening, Mark James Henry.
Hey, what's up? My name is Mark James Heath. Oh, I have 10 minutes? Okay. She killed that shit. I don't know what I'm supposed to do after that. It's funny as hell. Clap one more time real quick, actually, and this is real, for, like, black people being able to be pansexual. I didn't even know that shit was real, so clap it up for that. It's a new era. When I was growing up, you couldn't be that was strictly some class-related type shit. Sexuality and class are very much related. Like, you've heard people say shit like, "Oh, I'm not gay, I just experimented a little bit in college." See, that's some very classist thing to say right there. You know what I mean? Because you have to be able to afford to go to college to experiment. In my community, you got to, like, take out student loans to find out you pansexual. You know what I mean? It's a different type of thing. And you only are experimenting if you go to, like, a good college. You know, if you go to Northwestern, you're experimenting in college. If you go to community college and you live at your auntie house, you're just gay. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get none of that shit. When I was growing up, there was not all these, you couldn't do all of the different things. You know what I mean? You couldn't be, like, pansexual past the, like, Cermak stop on the red line. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you get into where I'm from, it's like you can be gay, you can be straight. You was a girl, you was freaky. That was the only things they allowed. We didn't have as many letters in our shit. Like, for example, right? I'm from Harvey, Illinois. That's like 147th, right? Right? So, growing up, I am exclusively attracted to women. But I can only have, like, a sexual relationship with women if, you know, we have some sort of, like, emotional connection. So that made my official sexuality in my neighborhood growing up a soft ass nigga. You see how that works? All right. Sometimes they be like, "Man, you gay as a mug." Like, they might say that as well, right? And I'll give you a good example. It's like, Hey, Mark, I seen you walking Ebony home after school. You hitting that? No, actually, I just enjoy her company, and I am concerned about her safety. Like, this motherfucker gay as a mug. What? She's like, oh, thank you so much. It's okay. I'm alive. It's cool. It's not a big deal. I made it this far. I won the debate, so I'm good. That's what I told myself when I was young. Like, one day, I'm gonna be in a VR room, fucking show them. God damn it. Oh man. What do I want to talk about? I did not expect to win this shit. I did not. So I had no idea. What else? Real quick, let's talk about this Will Smith slap. Just because I didn't get to talk about it when it happened. I don't really leave the house and shit. So I'm like, I just think it's funny how I totally understand, like, as a black dude, you spend your whole life with like people looking at you like, oh, you gotta be perfect. You gotta be perfect. You gotta do everything right. Right? And then everybody's still whispering, like, but he's soft though. He's soft. And then finally, when something happens and you do like snap, then everybody's like, see, we knew he was like a bad guy. You had people just so shocked that Will Smith like slapped Chris Rock in the face. It was crazy. They were just like, oh my God, it was so like traumatizing. Amy Schumer said that shit. She was like, it was one of the most traumatizing things I've seen. I was like, bitch, Mel Gibson is in the front row. What are you talking about? That was the most trauma. You know what I mean? For me, it was like my two uncles got into a fight. I was like, hey, you know, if that shit would have happened backstage, I wouldn't have had a problem with it at all. If I'm like, you know, Will smack Chris, I was like, yeah, he was talking shit. But like, not on camera in front of everybody. You know what Mel Gibson did? Mel Gibson, first, he got like arrested with, you know, driving under the influence, and he like sexually harassed the police officer, the female police officer that arrested him, called her like sugar tits. Then a tape came out of him on the phone with his ex-wife, and he said, and I quote, I hope you get raped by a pack of niggas. That's what he said, right? And he's still at the Oscars chilling, like nobody asked him to leave or anything like that. And I remember I saw this interview right after the Oscars with Mel Gibson. He's just like, I don't think I could have gotten away with smacking Chris Rock. Like, you probably could have got away with smacking Chris Rock. But you know what? Will Smith couldn't get away with saying nigger. I bet you that. I bet you. Will Smith is probably the only black dude in the world who, if he said nigger with the hard R, his career is over. You've heard him curse every other kind of way. You ain't never gonna hear the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air say the N-word. That's just not some shit that's gonna happen. People are very uptight about that whole conversation about the N-word. In particular, like white people. And there's this constant like, well, you know, how come we don't get to say it? And it's like, white people still do say it. Like, and they still do profit the most off of it being said. It's not like a black thing that we only get to say. And it's not the only thing you could say to black people that might get your ass whooped. Again, I'm from Harvey, Illinois. You get your ass whooped for calling a dude by his like government name. He'll slap the shit out of you. Be like, Christopher, motherfucker, you don't know me. You're not my grandmother. That's a very normal thing for you to have to watch what you say to people. It's nothing special or racially specific about it. Something else that bothers me that I see on the internet a lot is like this is from like black people in my same like age range and younger. I see these memes and shit that'll be like, I'm not my ancestors. You can get these hands. I'm just like, damn, why are y'all dissing the ancestors? Like, they went through a lot of real shit. I don't think you should talk shit about the ancestors. I just think that should be off limits as far as things to talk about. Like, my ancestors, okay, my grandfather, right, lived in Mississippi. White man called him a nigger. He whooped that white man's ass, got arrested, broke out of jail, packed his family up that same night, drove from Mississippi to Chicago. That's my ancestors. You see what I'm saying? Me, I get lost in the IKEA every single time. And then I have to call on the ancestors like Harriet Tubman. Please guide me past the bunk beds and futons of mine enemies. It don't even have to be like my like direct ancestors. The people who like came before us and like fought for things, those people deserve like a certain amount of respect. Like Fred Hampton, Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., right, from the west side of Chicago, revolutionized really leftist politics forever, right? When this dude was like 19 years old, right? Started the first free clinics in Chicago, free breakfast, free lunch programs in Chicago. Brilliant orator, would take the mic, say all types of clever shit. Like, I don't believe I'm gonna die slipping on no ice. I ain't gonna die of a heart attack. I'm gonna die doing what I was born for. I'm gonna die for the people because I live for the people. And he was right? Got assassinated. Assassinated by the Chicago Police Department with the help of the FBI. That is our ancestors, right? As far as black people, that's our ancestors. Me, I'm probably gonna die slipping on some ice. You know what I mean? That's a very plausible death for me. I'll be the first dude in the history of the movement get assassinated by a shove. The fucking FBI be planning that shit like, all right, we're gonna go by his house on a Sunday. He'll have on church shoes. Catch him carrying groceries up his driveway. Get your hand in my pocket. Oh! I was born by a river in a little tent. All the activists will be teaching about me and shit. They'll be like, Mark James Heath was pushed in February, in the middle of the Black History Month when they killed our good brother Mark James Heath. Blamed it on the black ice. That'll be a white boy playing devil's advocate. Really, it was the black ice that took him out. Oh, shit. How do I want to end this shit? Yeah, okay. A lot of people used to tell me when I was growing up, they were like, oh, you look just like your grandfather, my mother's father. And I don't know about that. I only like met this dude maybe like 3 times my whole life, because he was going around the country like setting up franchise families. You know what I mean? Like he would give them the ingredients, just let them manage it themselves and shit. Like you could track the great migration of black people across the United States by where he was ejaculating, pretty much. It was just like, Skeet, Mississippi, Skeet, Tennessee, Skeet, Chicago, Illinois, Skeet, Southern California. Thank you guys so much. I'm Mark James Heath.
You're awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been War of Words. Thank you so much for coming out. We are doing this show again in April if you're interested, and there will be a pilot presentation coming out of this show at some point. But thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate your time. I'm Angela McMahon. Good night, everyone.